Three, two, one, go. Good morning. Welcome to Locked In on Lockdown. My name's Alex Elaine.
I'm Jack Gerard.
This is your daily source of motivation, inspiration, and actionable tips to help you get your mind right and your day started with a bang. So, Jack, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about the compound effect. I love talking about the compound effect, and also we are talking about marginal gains.
Wow.
This is a big topic, to be honest with you. There's a lot to cover. It's going to be an interesting one. Alex, what are your thoughts?
It's a fascinating topic. You just said it, Jack. For me, marginal gains, what does it mean to me? It's really about taking one step forward each and every day, a marginal improvement in anything that you've got as a goal or a plan or something that you want to move the needle on, taking that one step forward each and every day so that you get closer. So what we see a lot of people doing is looking at the big picture, wanting to tackle this huge plan and thinking they've got to do it all overnight. But actually, sometimes it's about breaking it down, taking very small incremental steps in a wide range of different areas and using that momentum to kind of fuel a much bigger effect over time. So, Jack, tell me from a compound effect lens, how we can kind of see that having a compound effect over time and allowing people to see a difference over the long term.
Well, I guess it's kind of that whole element of slow and steady wins the race, basically, isn't it? Or even little and often, just doing a very small, as you're saying, incremental, making a very small incremental gain on a daily basis over a long period of time is going to have profound effects. Say, for example, let's take fitness, which is something that obviously I'm quite keyed up on. If you want to lose weight, just by cutting your calories by as little as 100 calories a day, over the space of 3 months, you will lose so much weight. You're going to lose so much weight. You don't need to go on an intermittent fasting program and starve yourself. So it's just about doing things slowly, but being consistent.
Yeah, it's an amazing point. And as you say, weight loss is a great example because sometimes we're like, hey, I want to lose 3 stone. That's not going to happen in one day, right? So breaking it down, doing a little bit each day, or losing a pound a week over the course of a year. Think about where you're at. So I want to tell a quick story, if you oblige.
Go for it, man. Go for it. Let me hear it.
This is, I guess, the one of the key stories behind the concept of marginal gains, and it's quite fascinating. It's to do with the Olympic cycling team for Great Britain. Okay. And in 2003, someone called Dave Brailsford was hired as the performance director to try and get a team that had been failing for hundreds of years, or tens and tens of years, to get them to a point where they could actually be a team of note at the Beijing Olympics, which is set to take place in 2008. So Dave Brailsford's concept was, he introduced the concept of marginal gains. And it was all about, his kind of notion was, if you break everything down that you could think of when it comes to riding a bike and just improve it by 1%, you would just get a significant increase when you put that all together. So what he did was, they did small things like redesigning a bike seat just to make it a little bit more comfortable. They did things like rubbing alcohol on the tires just to get a bit better grip. And also things like testing different fabrics in a wind tunnel so that they could try out different fabrics and have a more aerodynamic design or aerodynamic fabric on what they wore, just to get a slight edge again. Exactly. And the effect was just 5 years after Brailsford took over the team, the British cycling team dominated at the Beijing Olympics 5 years later. Yeah. And his whole concept was not about you turning the team overnight. It was just about little bits. What can I change? How can I adjust the seat? How can I do a little something on a tire? But all of that cumulatively meant that they went from a failing team that hadn't accomplished much to the most dominant team at the Beijing Olympics. So just thought it was a fascinating story to bring it together.
Incredible. That is genuinely incredible. And I think the thing that's so fascinating about that as well is is really simple. No one's asking you to do anything phenomenal, but taking those simple steps obviously have led to huge progress. In fact, there's a quote in this book that I think is quite apt for that, which is, what is simple to do is also simple not to do. And I think kind of tying into my side of the conversation in terms of the compound effect, it's hacking your habits. Like if you have set yourself a specific goal of, I don't know, starting a business or something along those lines, just taking a small actionable step every single day to make sure that it could even just be as simple as, I am going to wake up every single day at 7 o'clock in the morning without fail. Just doing that very simple action is going to have a huge impact on your daily structure. If you, instead of waking up at 7, you're waking up at 10 o'clock, then you've already lost 3 hours. Sure. And then by the end of the week, you've now lost nearly an entire day's worth of work that you could be getting done. So,
true. Jack, question for you, because I love that saying, what is simple to do is equally as simple not to do.
Yes.
Why do you think people don't do?
Do you know what I think it is? It's because we underestimate the importance of the little things. It's so easy to overlook. And this is kind of what I really want to talk about, especially in relation to what's going on right now with the whole situation with the coronavirus. It's so important to be extremely mindful of your thoughts, your habits, and your behaviors, because in the same way that making the right decisions from the start of your lockdown, wherever you may be, and however long that may last, maybe 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or whatever, can lead you to being in a phenomenal position. In the exact same way, if you're having negative thoughts, or you're adopting negative behaviors or developing negative habits, you're going to find yourself in a situation 3 months down the line that you were not expecting yourself to be in, because of those consistent, very small alterations to your life.
Yes, it's really got me thinking. It's a fascinating topic. Something, I had a conversation with someone yesterday, and this kind of came top of mind, that a lot of the time people don't do anything. It's often due to either time or money, or feeling like there's a lack of one or the other, or both. And the time that we're in now, time is not really the excuse for the mass majority of us. I appreciate some of us are actually busier or in roles that mean that, but you don't have travel time. You are at home, and the mass majority of us are in a position where a lot of our roles have maybe cut back or adjusted. It is difficult for time to be the excuse anymore. So now is the time to set out a plan. Take this concept of marginal gains. Think of the big picture, that if you keep doing a little bit towards each goal over an extended period of time, as Jack's touched on with the compound effect, you will see results. But don't let now time be your excuse. Put that aside. Convince yourself you've got the time. Now's the time to make it happen. Jack, let's get everyone excited. What should they be doing? What should they go and do right now, today?
You need to literally, if you need to literally right now, think about one aspect or area of your life that you're seeking to improve, especially if you know where you're trying to go in life. Think about, as Alex is saying, one thing that you can do where you can achieve marginal gains, then double that up, then go for 10 things where you're just trying to make a very small improvement, or at least on my side of things, look for a habit that you can implement, something that is really simple, that you know that you're going to be able to stay consistent with, and just make the change. Do.
There you go. And if you need to, pause the video right now, go and work it out, come back, rewatch it, and just get your mind in gear to go and make it happen. So on that note, we're going to wrap up. Stay locked in.
See you in the next one. In a bit.
Take care.